We have been seeing a lot of deplatforming, a lot of canceling, and it's become an issue whereby I see that they have been doing it to really big people, and we have a lot of sheep all over this world. I call them sheep because they just follow. They're just followers, and I believe that the masses, many of those, not everybody, but the masses in general follow. They are followers. And that is the reason why these big companies get away with things. I believe that persons like myself are the minority. We are absolutely the minority. People like us who actually speak out against injustices, we are absolutely the minority. The masses are the sheep, the ones who will take it, shut up their mouth, and just be afraid and be cowards. That's who I'm used to. Those are the people that I'm used to seeing. Those are the ones that it's unfortunate, but those are the people that make up the majority. And when these individuals now, they stand up, you will see Robert Kennedy Jr. He had won awards. He was, all kinds of accolades they had laid on him when he had fought he's an environmental attorney. And so all kinds of accolades they had pushed his way. But you know what? When he spoke out against the vaccine, that was it for this man. That was absolutely it for this man. They just deplatformed him. And we now see throughout the world different, judgments in favor of those who had fought against, the mandates. All right, we just saw one in New York. This New York State Supreme Court judge went ahead and, gave an order to reinstate all workers who were unvaccinated back to their jobs. These are all municipal workers. These are state workers. These are people who were fired just because they refused. These were not the sheep. These were not sheep. The sheep are the ones who, they went ahead and they just followed, right? And some of them, if they want to do it, no problem. But there were many who didn't want to do it, but they were afraid to stand up. Those are the ones I'm talking about. If you wanted to take it, that was your right. Those are not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about those who didn't want to take it, but they didn't want to stand up. They didn't want to, they didn't want to. Some of them said, okay, well, I don't want to lose my job. It's either you lose your job or you stand for something. You understand? Or you suffer the consequence. And these particular individuals, they stood up. I don't know if Kelvin can show the photo with the New York State workers. These people just won this judgment, and I'm so proud of these people. These people are individuals that should be held up, all right, along with all those who are like them across the world. You understand? Because I believe in just about almost all countries. You have countries like Israel, everybody just went along with it. You have certain countries there were just fully with it, and that's, they just, those are not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people who absolutely stood up, defied, because if you all know, New York is a state. New York is a state that they rule by by iron fists. They had staunch mandates. They literally have you like puppets. New York, all people who live in New York most of them are used to being little puppets. A lot of them are just little puppets. But you have those who are like these people who stood up to the officials, those elected officials, who when you are from New York, you will understand. People are literally brainwashed. A lot of them are brainwashed in New York. Dealing with people from New York is something that you get to understand their way of thinking. They are brainwashed. A lot of them, not all, a lot of them, they only listen to CNN, MSNBC, you understand, ABC, that's all they listen to. They will only listen to the mainstream media. You can't tell them nothing because your little brain is only about that. And so if somebody stands up, it's a big deal, and they will be the one who will work and push these elected officials to cancel or to fire these individuals. And that's what they did, because they were a part of it. They pushed for these people to be fired. They literally pushed. Now this man here that you see standing there, this is an attorney. He's an environmental attorney, but this right here, this person, Robert Kennedy Jr., he stood up. Man, as I told you, he was somebody who they spoke so highly about this man. They spoke highly, highly, highly about this man. They made sure that this man was somebody who, let me see, I'm trying to make sure that I speak of this, all his accolades, because I have to inform of his accolades. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I'll tell you who this man was. This man was known as a defender of environment, stems of the environment. He was named in Time magazine, Heroes for the Planet. All right, Heroes for the Planet for helping Riverkeeper. They looked at him, and that's to Riverkeeper New York's clean water advocate, to help fight and to restore the Hudson River, okay? He was named in 2009 as one of Rolling Stone's 100 Agents of Change, all right? This same Robert Kennedy Jr. was looked at as first of all, he's also a professor of environmental law at Pace University, in the School of Law, all right? And he served as a co-director of that school's environmental litigation clinic. This man held a lot of stuff. I mean, you understand, he was a co-host of a radio show, Ring of Fire. You know, he did a lot. He was an assistant district attorney in New York City, all kinds. They really held him up in terms of being a freedom fighter. But for what they believe he is allowed to speak on behalf of or against, in this case, the environment. Once you speak and you are pro, you are pro climate change, you are pro fighting for whatever their stance is as it regards to climate change or the environment, oh my gosh, you're fine. But if you dare go against their narrative, they deplatform you. They remove you off Facebook. They remove you off YouTube. They remove you off Instagram, Twitter. Anything that they feel, any way they feel that they can remove you. If you have particular business, they will literally remove you, that they feel you don't have a voice. All right? I know from, let me see, over 2.5, 3 years, they have reduced whatever I put up. They would literally, you guys don't get to see it a lot of times because they feel that they can decide what I can put out. Now everybody know I'm not, you know, I'm somebody who has a mind, and I will put out what I feel to be true. I won't put up what they feel, what they expect me to, or what they feel I can put up. I am just that, you know, I'm not that person. You know, I'm not a puppet, none at all. I'm no kind of puppet. And because of that, from, I would say, 2019, 2020, they have literally done that consistently, and it only got worse when I spoke out against the job. They literally just went. First, it was, if you dare to support anything that had to do with, let's say, conservative values, that's it. They would deplatform you, they would remove you, all kinds of things. I went through that. And then they went ahead, and then they went ahead And when it came to the vaccine, that some of us were speaking against it, they literally removed me YouTube. My videos, they literally removed my videos, stopped that we couldn't even post anything on YouTube. And they literally said, if you dare post anything of certain things, that's it for you. They will remove it, and they did it. That's why I don't really care to be on YouTube. I'm here because I'm, because of the technical difficulty, but I don't care to be on YouTube at all. All right? I don't care, at least not with who is running YouTube. Google is another entity. You try and go and find the truth. You're not going to find it on YouTube, on Google. You're not going to find the truth on Google. You have to literally go on other entities. You have to go on, Firefox, DuckDuckGo, different entities that they are not censoring the truth. Because if you want the truth, you're not going to find a lot of the truth on Google, but we're so used to Google. Why? Because Google is extremely faster, is more accessible in certain instances, and people are used to them. You see? People are used to them. So we have now a situation. Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan is not everybody. I have a short little video with Louis Farrakhan. Now, some people don't like, Mr. Farrakhan. Some people don't like him. Some people love the man, respect the man. Now, there are certain things I support, what he has said or done, and some that I don't. All right? But we, at the end of the day, we both agree that there is a God and that God is important. You see? And that we're solars for God. Those are things that we believe in. All right? And he has been somebody who, as much as he's such a huge figure, they even deplatformed him. They deplatformed this man. All right? They took him off Facebook. And while his supporters, were left on, and they couldn't do anything. Why? Because you have key people who are running, and they dictate, and they are open about it. So when you see people like Alex Jones, he's another person, when they removed him from everything, Facebook, YouTube, everything under the sun, he had to go ahead and he had to go on website, and he had to do his own thing. And now he's extremely popular. He has an InfoWars shows, but he literally has to do like an underground kind of scenario. That's what he had to do so that he could get back his voice. And this is the move that we're going towards. That whatever you say, I just put up a video about cancer, about what could treat cancer. Now, this is something that I asked a particular expert when it comes to treatment of cancer, and I asked him if this is true. It's just a little 1-minute video, and he said, yes, it is. And when I posted it with a disclaimer on Facebook, and I said, I hope Facebook doesn't go ahead and try to debunk it or not show it. And surely I knew what was going to happen with their fact checkers trying to debunk it. They put a little, the usual thing. But what? This video has to do with what could possibly cure cancer. But we all know that big pharma, all right, and it's intravenous, a high dosage of vitamin C intravenously. And we all know that big pharma pays Facebook millions and millions of dollars to ensure that the narrative is kept on their side, that Facebook Facebook is not free. We may see, most of us might think it's free, but we're paying. Nothing is ever free. All right? We're still paying for stuff. Facebook literally dictates, just like all the other entities, they dictate. And that's how they make their money. When there was a lockdown, who was the one making money? Those entities that were tech. All right? So you have the Amazon. Everybody was ordering online. Zoom. Everybody had to be doing meetings via Zoom. Walmart. You have to be ordering online too. They do that too. You see? Facebook. That's how you got to see everything, anything and everything to push out. People were forced because you were locked up in your homes. You understand? You were locked up in your homes. And so we have a people who are, like even this show, while we were on TV, we still, to be able to get out the information, we still have to look at other means to try and, like, for example, I'm so used to Facebook. Right by now, I would have had a lot. Maybe I have to go on Maximum Radio and see if there's any comments. We're already used to doing it through the Zenaida Moya show. So let me see if I don't know. I don't know if for people, because I don't think it was even shared on the Zenaida Moya show page. It would have had to be shared on it. Maximum Radio's Facebook link would have to be shared on the Zenaida Moya show page for people to know what is happening. So I can't even communicate. I'm so used to being able to communicate. But these platforms, for a long while during the lockdown, we had all the main radio and TV station, all right? Not Maximum Radio, but they refuse for us to say anything against the, what we term the experimental shot. I mean, I'm telling you, every single one of the media house, all right? I'm not talking about what's us. I'm talking about, I won't even say their names, but all the big ones, all of them, they had to just suck it up and they had to do what the puppet masters told them to do. Even the one who would say, okay, they're mandingo, they had to do what the puppet masters told them to do. You understand? They had to do that. You understand? The big, great Channel 7, they had to listen to what the puppet master told them. It's where the money goes. Channel 5, Love FM, Creme, all of them. That's what they had to do. They didn't have a say. They're not free. They're not free at all. They're not free. Don't ever let them tell you that they're free. They're not free. They are just little puppets. And the puppet master tell them what they can do. And when there's a little saying, for example, all right, let me just read this little thing to you quickly. Let me just read this little thing to you. Hiram Johnston, all right? He was from 1866 to 1965. He was a progressive Republican senator in California. He said, the first casualty when war comes is truth. Did you hear that? The first casualty when war comes is truth. This was said during World War I. Okay? He died on August 6, 1945, the day the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. And make no mistake, this is indeed a war. This is a war. So we have to expect truth to be the first casualty of it. All right? So you're not going to be hearing the truth just like that. You're not going to be hearing, some of us, we try to speak the truth, but we are deplatformed many times. And the masses are not hearing the truth. And you will have certain people who are all about the money. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. You have certain ambulance chasing attorneys who you would have thought were freedom fighters, and you found out they were all about the money and ensuring that they follow the narrative. They follow the narrative. They were pushing for our rights to be taken away from us. Now, these are attorneys who should have been there for us. But no, they will fight on behalf of any and everything that has to do with them making money. But when it came to ensuring that people's lives were saved, because we're seeing the repercussions of it. I won't get in heavy because, as I told you, I'm not on, well, we're on TV. All right, we're on TV. So that's good. All right. But an entity like YouTube, they will cut you like that. That's just who they are. You understand? And they're paid the big bucks. They're paid the big bucks. So I will want to there's a little video with Kanye West. There's a video with Kanye West who, it's like a little 3-minute video. And he speaks, they were interviewing him, a little 3-minute video. And they were interviewing him about, let me see, let me just make sure because I want to ensure that they want to queue up the correct, because I have more than one video. All right, but it was his response to Noriega apology. That's what it is. All right, so if you have that one, just let me know. All right, and you listen to what he's saying. Whether or not you like him or not, that's besides the point. But you got to hear what he's saying. No, this isn't anybody. This isn't anybody. This is a self-made black billionaire. This is a self-made black billionaire who they loved before they felt that he was not singing off their song sheet. Just like Donald Trump, they loved Donald. Everybody wanted to be with that man. Oh my gosh. Oh, everybody, all the Democrats, everybody, the liberals. Oh my gosh, just to take a photo with that guy. It was a big deal. Oh my gosh, all of them wanted. You go back and you see. But that's when he was all in support of what they were doing, and he was singing off. He was going ahead and he agreed with them. I won't say he was singing off their song sheet, but he agreed with the policies at the time. But when he started to see what was happening, that they were taking away the freedoms from people and all that, and he started to speak out against it and try to stop it. That's when he was demonized, just like what they're doing to Kanye West, just like what they do with Louis Farrakhan. Just like what they do with Mr. What's his name? Robert Kennedy Jr. Just like what they did with them. And you have Alex Jones, because let's not forget, some of you don't know who he is. But this is someone who has been speaking out against what has been happening and what has been happening even medically. But he has continued to fight. So I want to go ahead and play that the short one with Ye.
Apologize for your George Floyd comments. How do you feel about that?
I feel like Black Lives Matter is like a warm water, it's a hot shower, and White Lives Matter is a cold shower. The funny thing about woke culture is like, woke culture is not really woke like that. A lot of times people, they would rather just exist inside of the pain of a lie than deal with the harsh realities of the truth for us to look further. Look at like JFK, how many documentaries there are on what happened there. Like, as a people, we are a sophisticated people that have to look in and be willing to challenge things, not just take what the media has fed us. The interview we had was amazing, and the exact people who sent people in the streets for Black Lives Matter were able to derail the interview and a lot of the ideas just based off the main comment. I'm sorry, I was distracted by these people honking over here and stuff. So with Nori is my brother. He's under a lot of pressure. If you look at the first thing it says, Nori does an interview with Rosenberg. But what's the exact thing I was saying? I said the Jewish media controls so many things. It's not all the Jewish people, but there's specifically Jewish people in media that are in power that try to have, they bought the black voice, but they haven't been able to buy my voice. So instead they blackball me, they threaten people to not interview me, they threaten people to get away from me, they close down my stadiums. Love you too, family, love you too. Yeah. You said thinking, right? Appreciate you. Yeah, they They've done all this stuff for years, messing with me, just like poking at me, like calling me out of my name. My name is Ye. Anytime they say Kanye West, I change my name. It's like Cassius Clay to Ali. You respect me as a man, as an American, that my name is Ye, that I have the right to choose what my name is. So when media does that, it's already disrespect. I love rappers. Rappers are artists. But when media calls me a rapper, it's specifically to not bring up the fact that I'm worth $11 billion, that I'm the richest black man of all time, that I'm a billionaire, that I'm a tycoon, that I'm a visionary. And if I say that, if I say those three things, then they'll say I'm a narcissist, right? But they push you down so much that you got to fight just to say who you are. You know, what I got from the documentary, from the Candace Owens documentary, was I felt like it was a setup. I felt that in the documentary, if you look at it, he told his roommates they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. Well, who is they? I'm gonna pose it as a question, as opposed to, you know, giving you some kind of theory that I can't pinpoint. And this idea, these martyrs that we have, it's 14 kids that's dying in Chicago every single day, and they have this Jewish media, black media, trauma culture, trauma economy, the stuff that Charlemagne the God works for, the stuff that Rosenberg works for, the stuff that academics, the guys that academics, you got to understand, all these people that y'all listening to out here, I'm going to tell y'all, they getting their checks cut. You know, and y'all, I need y'all to really respect what I'm doing, the stuff that I'm doing and I'm saying online, and love the fact, look, I got money, I got my songs. I could go off and just go to, you know, Hawaii and live a nice life. That means that God has called me to sacrifice all of that in order to bring the truth. That's what I'm saying. They don't cut my check. You listen to people that's getting their check cut by Jewish media. George Soros, come and meet with me directly. I told you, you ain't gonna send none of these people that you usually send. Charlemagne, we know all the names. Nori is a good guy. Like he said, he called me this morning, he said, maybe politics is a little bit too much for me. Everybody back up off of Nori. This is like, he was giving a platform, right? Which no one does. There's no free thought anymore. I give you one last bar before I get on this flight. And in order for us to evolve, we have to walk forward. The left leg moving forward is the idea. The right leg moving forward is the actualization. I like the word actualization better than the execution. We need the idea, we need to be realized. We need the idea, we need to be realized. Right now, the thought police have us crawling. We have stopped evolving. We have to fight for free thought, to say how we feel and act upon that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay, so you just heard that, right? And what he's saying, what Ye is saying, is pretty. I mean, I agree with him. I agree with him. And you have certain people. So he speaks about George Soros. Some people like the man. Some people don't like the man. All right. He's a billionaire. All right, a huge billionaire, and he has given away over $32 billion. He got his money through hedge fund, and he has, even they said he's a man who broke the UK bank at one point in time because he knows how to do it. He made $1 billion in a day off of them. So and right now you have a new prime minister who is also, of that level, will not as wealthy as him, of course, but who has made his money off a hedge fund. These people know the financial markets and how you could control. Now, we look at somebody like Kanye or Ye calling out this man. So some of you who don't know who George Soros is, he's a Hungarian. He's of Jewish descent. And, he has literally paid, and he has funded organizations that he wants to push. So if you're liberal organizations, if you're, if you want to push their agenda, let's say you want to push the LGBTQ agenda, he's going to fund you. If you want to push the transgender agenda, he's going to fund you. Whatever that you want to push abortion, he's going to fund you. The things that don't align with the traditional Christian values, he will fund. Anything that goes against the traditional Christian values, that's what he's going to fund. That's what the man will fund. I mean, go ahead and do your homework. And he has the billions. He has a billion. So when you see, it will seem like it's it's those people who are pushing evil. And you talk about these demonic people. When you have these individuals who are funded, and it would seem like, my gosh, why is good people not having a voice? Why are our Christian traditional values not being, not being pushed? For example, there's a push to get God out of schools. You can't speak about God. You understand? And this is in the US, and whatever happens in the US, everybody, the world, they watch US TV. So that's what they sell. That's what they export to the rest of the world. Their values. And we as a people, a lot of us, we don't understand what is happening. There's not many people who are in the forefront either, who are there really being willing to sacrifice. I would say sacrifice themselves. In this case, with fairness, he's doing it. And he is, because he's just like what he said. He could be sitting, and just doing, doing like what P. Diddy and those others do, what's his name? Beyonce and her husband. And those people, they follow the narrative. They know how to make money. They will follow the narrative. They follow the script. You understand? They follow the script. Whether or not their souls will be saved, that's another story. They don't care. They are okay. They're not like us who care about our souls. They don't care. They're willing to say, screw it. You know what I'm saying? I will go ahead and I will make money now, and to hell about afterlife. Some of us, we don't take that view. We don't even care about here as much as we care about the afterlife, because we know the afterlife is forever. This is just a passing through. But there's just a difference of opinion here. And some people are willing to speak out. Now, I told you not everybody support Louis Farrakhan. We both know that. However, Louis Farrakhan is another individual who will speak. And so if you go ahead and you watch Louis Farrakhan, go ahead and put up the video for Louis Farrakhan. You'll hear, this is when they deplatform Louis Farrakhan. So go ahead and push. It came back. Okay, all right. Good night, Elvis. Elvis watching in from Los Angeles. Good night, my friend. I know. So we know that these individuals have been speaking out. Can you go to the video whereby they spoke in the meanwhile, right? Because the video that they speak about cancer. Now, I post this right here on my Facebook page, right? And immediately, now this is something that is said, and I spoke to this doctor about whether or not it is true that it can help to treat cancer. And this particular doctor who deals in this area says yes. Now, when I posted it, Facebook quickly put a disclaimer and tried to block it. All right? But I knew this would happen, because it's the same way that Big Pharma pays them. These people don't care about you or me. They care about money. They care about money. All right? The masses don't mean anything to them. You and me, we mean nothing to them. Not one thing to them. Can we go ahead with the video? Just listen to it. It is 1 minute.
When we look at high doses of vitamin C given intravenously as an actual chemotherapeutic agent, we have wonderful, uplifting news for every cancer patient in the world. And it's easy and safe, and did I say inexpensive, to have a physician give an IV. You just have to insist on it. I believe in the next 10 years this will become accepted. But people with cancer can't afford to wait. And the ones that are already dead have been grossly mistreated by the medical profession and by the government that supposedly is supposed to encourage free research and development of all possibilities. So when you come along and say, instead of treating cancer with chemotherapy, you can give intravenous vitamin C, 30, 60, 100,000 milligrams a day, directly into the bloodstream. And that will kill cancer cells. Vitamin C at that high dose is selectively toxic to cancer cells. And that's exactly what...
So that is something that the Facebook will not allow that. Why? They are being paid. They are being paid to push what Big Pharma wants them to push. And that's chemotherapy. You understand? That's chemotherapy. That's what they want to push. Right? That's something, I'm not going to get into that. I'm no expert in cancer. You understand? However, that's something that you're seeing an expert. These people, when I put anybody on here, it's because they're experts. And they're telling you that this particular, treatment, in this case, intravenous, high dosage of intravenous vitamin C, would go ahead and kill, you understand, kill the cancer, all right? Stop it. And yet, what is being done, it is being censored. It is being censored. Big Pharma doesn't want, because Big Pharma will not be making any money. Big Pharma, and it is only entities, now I will have to big up entities like Maximum Radio and Television. This Maximum Radio and Television, for all of you who are in Belize, who are watching on Maximum Radio and Television, and if you haven't watched them, make sure you watch them, because they are allowing the truth to come out. I can't say the rest for the other media houses, but I will tell you for Maximum Radio and Television, this is what is happening. And we have to look at the fact that while some of us are trying to bring out the truth, it might not be, in our best interest financially, because it is easier and it would make us more money if we would just follow their script. Follow their script. But some of us, we don't care. We don't care about money. We don't care about money. I'm not saying you don't need money to live and survive, pay for stuff. But money is not a big deal for us. At least not for me. Money is not a big deal for me. You understand? I don't need a lot of money to live. I just need enough to buy food to eat and pay my bills, take care of my kids. You see? And help who I can help. But it's not, my quest is not to be any huge billionaire and all that, just to say that I have money and, take away people's rights. No. You see? So when these big pharmaceutical companies now, they pay entities, like I told you, they'll pay YouTube, they'll pay Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, these entities, that's why they're there, to make money. You and I are not paying them sufficiently. Even some of us who put out little ads, You know, we put out, you know, a 20, 30 US dollar ad, you know, a 40 US dollar ad, 50 US dollar ad. That doesn't even come close to what these pharmaceutical companies are pushing out. You see? So whenever you have the video with the leader of Islam, Louis Farrakhan, just let me know, because that's the last video I want to play, and I don't want that you miss that particular video. So whenever you're ready, just let me know. All right? Go ahead. Play it.
It's this that they fear. That's right. I don't have no army. That's right. I just know the truth. And I'm here to separate the good Jews from the satanic Jews. Yes, yes, yes! This is just the beginning. Banning me from a social platform?
That's right.
I use that platform with respect.
That's right.
I never allowed those who follow me to become vile as those who speak evil of us.
That's right.
So I am dangerous. Yes, not to you, unless you feel that Father Pfleger's invitation to me may hurt Saint Sabina. They don't have the power to hurt Saint Sabina if you don't give them that power. I thank you for listening to me. I have not said one word of hate.
No, sir.
I do not hate Jewish people. Not one that is with me has ever committed a crime against the Jewish people, black people, white people, no matter what your color is. As long as you don't attack us, we don't bother you. So you met me tonight. Social media, you met me tonight. I plead with the rulers, let the truth be taught. I plead because this is the only thing that will make America not great again, make America truly great. If you allow me to tell the truth that God has revealed to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that he taught me, we can save America from her destructive fall.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a misogynist.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm not a homophobe.
No, sir.
Don't be angry with me if I stand up on God's word. But I don't hate my brothers and sisters who have been exposed to the great deception.
And so, yeah, good night. I want to say good night, Jacqueline Booth, watching in on YouTube. Good night, my friend. Yeah, so we listen to Louis Farrakhan, and we see that he is somebody who You know, he's a big name. I think a lot of people know who he is. I can't say everybody who knows who he is. But for an individual like that to be deplatformed was just, wow, that was a big deal. I want to just tell you though that the purpose of this show, again, to speak about what it means to us. Now, what does it mean to us? It means that the obvious, one, we have to be able to start speaking out. It can't continue that just people like me speak out and the masses don't speak out. Just people like Kanye speak out and the masses don't speak out. You understand? It can't continue. It simply cannot continue. It will just get worse. Our freedoms were taken away recently, and like lamb, most of you went like lamb to slaughter and just accepted all the lockdowns, just accepted your rights and your freedoms taken away from you. All right? Not all of you, but some of you were there trying to fight. You're among the minority, at least in Belize, you were the minority. The majority were not fighting. The majority were there just accepting by a few people who are dictating to us. A few people who are dictating to us. And I spoke to someone today, right? He works at the airport, right? And I spoke to him, and you know, the abuses that has happened, for example, at an entity like that, all right, at least what is told to me. And they can't speak out, otherwise they would be let go, they would be terminated. Now, these quasi-governmental organizations and these different governmental organizations, I'm not saying you go partisan, but my gosh, for you to speak up for your rights in terms of your body, your health, that was an issue. But when the leaders now, a lot of the leaders, they were just accepting things. I watched them. Now you have to understand, I'm a former trade union leader, so to watch some of my trade union leaders, you know, brothers and sisters, who I would have hoped would have stood up on the side of the people and say, no man, their rights must be respected. Most of them were not. They were not. They just, you know, they just left the masses to just, you know, just be taken advantage of. Their rights were stripped from them. And you will only be able to get, that's why people want to demonize individuals like myself for standing up for what I feel are our rights. They want to demonize us. They would say people are crazy. Look at even Ye. That's what they have reduced him to. Oh, he's mentally ill. Oh, he's crazy. That's what they'll do. But you know what? It's the crazy people who change the world. It's the crazy people who change the world. It's we who dare to speak out, who some people will call crazy, because we dare to have a voice. We dare to stand up. While the masses would be sheep to slaughter, you will have one and two of us who will dare to stand up and say, no. And we fight for those sheep. We're the one who fight for those sheep. We try to ensure the sheep don't go to slaughter, even though some of the sheep will turn their backs on us. And even if we're fighting for the sheep, some of them, not all, some of them would turn around on us and try to discredit us. That's the reality. That's what deplatforming allows as well. Because they will go ahead and they will go to your video, your post, and they will press against it and report it. That's what has happened. That's what has happened. But it's a sad reality. And the quicker we understand, someone like myself who I'm not saying we need followers, we need leaders. If you don't have the competence to be a leader, and you're afraid to be a leader, you don't have the intelligence and the common sense to lead, then that's fine. Follow. You go ahead and you do what you can do by following, and follow well. But if you have a brain, and I'm speaking to all of you who have a brain, who are willing to go ahead and say, listen, I am willing to be a leader, do it. Belize needs more. The world needs more good leaders. Because when we have people like myself who will be targeted, you understand, it's like a bullseye, because we're just a few of us. And so we're targeted. That doesn't help, because we need more people that will stand up. All right? And I'm not gonna even get into, you see, I'm speaking general here. I haven't gotten into the any kind of things that's specific to any country, you understand, especially not even Belize. I haven't even got into that, because I as much as I could, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do, not here. You understand? I won't do it. But I will speak and try to be a voice for people in general, and just to advise those. So I don't want to go any further, but I want to tell you thank you. You know, Ben in studio, I want to tell Ben, thank you very much. Michael Salazar from Maximum Radio and Television, I want to thank you. I want to thank Kelvin. All right. Thank you very much. Next time, we're going to make sure these, you know, whatever little hiccups we had doesn't happen again. I will ensure we have to, you know, I'm not the one who deals with the technical part. I may prepare for the show and I may do all my part. But if the technical person, you know, if there's a miscommunication, it's unfortunate. So I feel tonight I will tell you that I'm not used to not being able to read people's comments, because I normally read people's comments. So all those who normally watch on Facebook are not watching, because, you know, I'm not even sure that, you know, I don't even think it was shared on my page. So they're not used to going to Maximum Radio. But just next time, it's also on Maximum Radio and Television, in case you don't see us. But I'm going to try and make sure that, you know, Ben can access and post it on the Zenaida Moya show page next time, because just so that I could have the usual comments, because I know that there were people waiting for the show. Why? Because they messaged and told me that they were waiting for the show. But, you know, I guess they're watching it on TV, you know, because it is on Maximum Radio and Television, and they're able to watch it throughout the country. So for all of you who are watching it throughout the country, I want to say thank you very much. I want to say, as usual, that this show is brought to you through the courtesy of Sea Belize Vacation Rentals. We're located at 5 miles Philip Wilson Highway. So just go ahead and give us a call. This particular program, you know, I put my money where my mouth is. You understand? I can't depend on anyone to finance the show. You understand? Myself and Maximum Radio and Television, we're the one who finances show. So I put my money where my mouth is, straight like that. You understand? I'm not a sheep. I will put my money where my mouth is. And yes, I do have, you know, I make sure that I can do it, right? I try to do my part, but we need more people. And instead of just watching, those who can help, it would be great if you help in some means or form. You understand? So again, who wants to be able to assist with the show, go ahead. You can inbox us at the Zenaida Moya Show Facebook page, or we have our number 615-4465. Go ahead and message us, because this information is just we're trying to get this information out to people, but it can get easier. It can get easier by ensuring that, you know, everybody tries to do their part to get information out. You understand? Because while some of us, we do put our money where our mouth is, we will try to finance it. There's only so much we can do with the limited resources that we have. Those who can help, reach out to us. All right? So with that said, next week we're going to be here. BAPTA, the Belize Associations for Peoples with Disabilities, they will be having their barbecue sale. So go on their page, on Facebook page. They will be having their barbecue sale this Saturday. So try and support them. Those who know Mr. Kenrick Theos, all right? Kenrick is the president. I believe Kenrick is the president for BAPTA, the Belize Association for People with Disabilities. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I don't have the little flyer in front of me, but I just wanted to throw that out. Try and support them. I know I will. I'll be supporting them. They will have their, reach out to them in terms, they will have their barbecue in Belize City. So try to do your part. People with disabilities. It could have been one of us who is disabled. If we are not disabled, then let's try to give our support to them. All right, because they have potential. They have a potential. As long as you have a mind, as long as you have a soul, you have potential. All right, and that's what they have, just like you and me. So they have potential, but we need to support them so that they can also have a livelihood and be independent as well, because they have the ability to be able to contribute meaningfully to society, but they'll only be able to do so with support, okay? Because they do have certain disabilities. And that's where we come in to try and do our part. So try and support their barbecue sale, all right? So go ahead, Kelvin, I wanna say next week, Tuesday, we'll be here, same place, same time. And see Belize Vacation Rentals. The numbers are 501-615-4465, 67, and 85. And we have the website, www.cbelizevacation.com. That's SEE, right? cbelizevacation.com. So you can go on there, and we also have our videos on YouTube if you want to see how the rooms look. It's a beautiful pool. It's a 40 by 16 foot infinity pool, has a beautiful view of the sea, and 6 foot on one side, and the other side is like 3 feet 8 inches. So there's different levels for those who can swim, for those who can swim, who wants to dive. It's awesome. And nice picnic tables. So again, even if you want to have an event, we also cater to that. So while we have beautiful rentals, we also cater to events as well. So go ahead and take it away, Kelvin, and have a good night, everybody.
Looking for the ultimate sea view getaway? Then see Belize Vacation Rentals and Tours, located at 5 miles Philip Golson Highway near the Halover Bridge, is your perfect sea view getaway. Come relax in one of our beautiful air-conditioned sea view apartment, studios, sea view rooms, or suites, all with flat screen television, hot and cold bath, and unlimited access to our spacious and refreshing 40 by 16 foot pool with 6 to 4 feet depth. So you can enjoy that fun and refreshing dive or dip in the pool. We sell ice cold drinks, so you can relax and unwind on our overwater or poolside decks. Contact us at 501-615-4485, 65 or 67. Looking for the ultimate sea view getaway? Then Sea Belize Vacation Rentals and Tours, located at 5 miles Philip Boson Highway near the Halover Bridge, is your perfect sea view getaway. Come relax in one of our beautiful air-conditioned sea view apartment, studios, sea view rooms, or suites, all with flat screen television, hot and cold bath, and unlimited access to our spacious and refreshing 40 by 16 foot pool with 6 to 4 feet depth, so you can enjoy that fun and refreshing dive or dip in the pool. We sell ice cold drinks, so you can relax and unwind on our overwater or poolside decks. Contact us at 501-615-4485, 65 or 67.